I just want Instagram to reach out to me and let me know how many likes were on that last post. Hi, I'm SophiaO'Leary. This is Red Hot Topics. We're going to talk about Andrew Tate's final message. We're also going to talk about the effects of cancel culture, what it does to people. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy around it, whether it's okay, whether it's not okay. Obviously, we're in a technology forward, world right now, and the impact that people have on social media is a lot bigger than most people are aware of. And in my opinion, I think that there's pros and cons to both, right? When you've got a large platform, you're talking, and putting your opinions in a lot of people's faces. There's going to be repercussions, right? In this situation, you look at what happened to Andrew Tate. Now, I don't necessarily agree with people being canceled. I do think it depends on the message that's being delivered. But I think that if we're going to be in an area or, a generation of where cancel culture is allowed, I think that we should not only micromanage somebody with a big platform, but we should do the same with somebody who has a small platform as well.
I became the most Googled man on the planet. I am, by the metrics of the internet, the most famous individual who is currently alive in the world today.
I just want Instagram to reach out to me and let me know how many likes were on that last post so I can pay the amount to charity because I'm a man of my word. Like, if you're a man of your word, you don't need to talk about donating to charity for one. Like, he talks about how, rich people, they're not donating to charity. They're not helping women. What the hell are you doing to help women except for cause shit on the internet? And wealthy people don't ever talk about their charitable donations because they don't need people to know. You ever seen those people that make those videos? And I appreciate when someone's trying to do something nice for someone, don't get me wrong. But when they're helping out a homeless person or they're handing out cheeseburgers and they're filming people, I'm that's so degrading to that person. If you're going to do something nice, just do it out of the kindness of your heart. You don't need everybody to know. You don't need to post about it. You don't need recognition. If you are doing it to receive recognition, you're already doing it for the wrong reason. It's exactly what I talked about last time. It's your ego. That's it. You're I want people to know I'm a good person. I want people to see that I'm doing this. No, just do it out of the kindness of your heart and that's it. You don't need to do it for likes. You don't need to do it for views. You need to do it because you want to help out those people. Bottom line, period, end of story. So when he's sitting there and he's I just want to know exactly how many likes it is. Why not just guess? Why not just donate the last number that you saw to charity? And why do you have to talk about your charitable donation so much? When somebody has to do that, I just think it's disingenuous and it's not coming from a good place necessarily, because if it were, who you are, who you really are is when people aren't watching and they talk about the cart return. If you're a good citizen, you'll always return the cart, even though no one's watching you. They did a study, I think, in a parking lot to see how many people would do the right thing when no one was watching. And it's literally 40%. I return my cart every single time because I would never want that hitting someone's car. I would feel bad. So I'm always the person that returns my cart. And I return other people's cards too, because that's still somebody's job, but I just think that you should, be a good person. So I don't know. I thought Tate's speech was disingenuous. I thought that he did it for the wrong reasons. He's a businessman. He's not an idiot. I think that he's doing it to hopefully get somebody from the platform to engage with him so he can get his legal team involved, open up some kind of dialogue so he can get back on the platform. Granted, I still think he doesn't even live in America, so freedom of speech is irrelevant for him, but I still think it's wrong to cancel someone based on their opinion. Granted, I don't think that he should have the platform that he does because I think it hurts people more than helps them. I think that it is not a way to uplift or bring a lot of value to issues that women deal with. So cancel culture, I see both sides. I think it's crazy that the internet can literally just come for you and shut down everything that you're doing. I think some people genuinely do deserve it. I think that you should look at what that person is doing. If they are causing more harm than good, I think in his situation, he was influencing such a young audience. And it was, there was a teacher, she definitely taught elementary school. So these are children that are not mentally developed, emotionally developed. They're very early on in their stages of right, wrong, morality, right? They're being developed. And she talks about how one of the boys brings up Andrew Tate And like he's saying crazy things to like a 4th or 5th grade girl, like about how she looks and her weight. And then he was hitting on like, she only uses men for money and he works hard for his money. And I was like, why are these elementary students even speaking on this? Obviously, the teacher talked about how she addressed it with the parents, but I think that cancer culture is both good and harmful. I think the internet allows everybody to be a keyboard warrior, right? So the things that people would never say to your face, they feel 10 times more comfortable saying it behind a computer screen because there's no repercussion. So I think that there's two sides to it. I think that if the internet is going to cancel people and cancel culture is going to be a thing and they're going to silence people with an opinion, then there should also be the repercussion of people that do troll, that do those things, that there should be some form of verification process for you to have a social media profile. I know that there's going to be ups and downs to that, but in reality, I mean, you're tracked on the internet. There's there's tracking on every photo you upload, when you post your location. I think that that would deter a lot of people from being so ugly on the internet, because you see how many people commit suicide, how many people take those things to heart, and it's sad. Like you would never walk up to that person 9 times out of 10 and say what you're saying on the internet, but you feel the confidence enough because you're protected and it's anonymous and you can make a fake profile, you can do all these things that you're going to go ahead and do that, and you don't know how detrimental that is to someone else's mentality. So I think that there's, again, pros and cons to cancel culture. I think that if somebody's spreading a lot of hate, they're spreading a lot of, the wrong message to people, because again, it's a platform. It goes out to a lot of people. Then yeah, cancel culture can be helpful, but I also think that you shouldn't silence somebody. And most importantly, that I think if we're going to monitor somebody that has a lot of exposure, you should still monitor the person that doesn't.